Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and today we're back with a 1970 Honda CL100, and it's got a stuck engine. Okay guys, here, this is 1970 Honda CL100. It has a stuck engine. It only has about 11,000 miles. So can you imagine somebody rode this thing for 11,000 miles, which is pretty awesome. This guy ended up at the courthouse just the other day. The engine stuck, so I figured single cylinder. It's been having ATF in it for a while. Let's see if we can free it up. Okay guys, we have the heat gun blowing on the cylinder, trying to just add some heat in it before we go to the next level of trying to get this thing going. So we're gonna let this heat gun run for a while. Guys, what's your favorite way to free up a stuck engine? We may have to employ a whole bunch of things. I want to start with heat. We've got some juice in the cylinder already. We're gonna see if we get it to turn over, and then we'll kind of escalate up from there. The furthest extreme would be pulling the tank seat and the top end of this engine off and see if we can beat it down. That would be the furthest extreme. We'll see what we have to do to get this thing actually moving. Okay, we have heat going on the other side, so we're gonna add some more heat from this side and to see what we can do. I'll go until we start seeing that. Ideally, I'd like to see that ATF start to boil, so and we know we'd have enough heat in it then. Just keep putting some heat on here. I'll get back to you guys in a few minutes. Okay, let's see if we can put a wrench on it. Oh, hey, we're turning. Yeah. Sticky. Oh, there comes all the juice. Feels like we got something. Let's see if we can go back the other way. Yeah. Well, that's the way it's supposed to go. That I think is the way it turns. Yeah. There's something right there. Let's work our way back the other way. We can probably shut this off. I think let me kick it. You guys stay right there. I'll kick it and see what happens. See how far we go. Make sure that wasn't just the... No, okay. Dead stop. We could have a valve stuck. It was right back the other way. Let me pop these caps off and see if these valves are actually going up and down. Oh, this is good. Okay, that one's tight. Okay, let's see. Move it around. Yeah, I'll probably, no. Yeah, oh, that's loosening up now. Okay, let me go back the other way. Okay. Is that all the way through? Not yet. Let me kick it a few times. See if it'll actually make it through free. Or if it's I'm sticking. Oh, I'm stuck now. Let's see. If I come back, work it back and forth. Let me spray some juice in here. We may have a bent valve. Yeah, or a sticky valve. You heard it snap up. That could have been it. That juice helped. Hey, we're all the way through. Let's spray some more. That did it. We could still have a vent valve. Let's keep going around. Awesome. That's nice. Now what I like to do after I get it turning, and I know it's turning free because I kicked it a couple of times, I like to put it on the drill just to kind of just get everything out, everything moving around. No spark plug in there. Hey, it sounds like we have some compression. Just spinning everything around, getting the wall kind of lubricating everywhere. The valves are moving up and down. They're not sticking. Yeah, it seems like it's spinning pretty good. Let me spray some more. Let me just keep going. Sounds like we got half compression. That sounds pretty good. This sucker's gonna run. Yeah, that sucker sounds pretty good now. That's awesome. Let's see if we put a battery on it and see what happens. Okay, we have our old battery charger. This guy is awesome because one, I bought it at a tag sale for a couple of dollars. Two, is it has 0 safety features. So, you know how most modern battery chargers, you need to have enough voltage in the battery before it'll actually do something. This will work just like this. Let me show you. So I've got a test light hooked up right here. I can go straight to this and I've got juice running through. So let's see if we get juice anywhere else. Let's turn on the key. Let's hit the horn button. That's awesome. Let's see if we get any, I don't know if we get any lights. Nothing on this headlight. Hey, is it? No, I thought the horn, they may just need some work, but we got that. That's awesome. Let's see if we got some power to the points. Let's pull this guy off. Points cover. One more, good. Oh, looks like it looks pretty good on the inside there. With the key on, I'm getting power to it. I just like to use a test light to start with. I get power to it here, and we'll probably have to clean those. You can also just use a screwdriver and see if you get spark just by jumping it. Then that way you know you have it. If I'm not getting any right here, then I know I got to fix something in between. This sucker's gonna run. Okay, you guys watch right here. See if we get any Katy Perry's. All I'm doing is taking the, I can hear it, taking the screwdriver and just shortening across just like I was doing before, just like that. Now I'm gonna have to clean these points because it should spark just by me opening it without me having to short it across. That means my points are dirty and it's not working. So, but what we've determined so far is that we have power to the points. If I just jump the points with the screwdriver, I get spark all the way to the spark plug. So it works. So far we feel like we have some compression. We know we have some spark. We got to clean this up a bit, which I'm going to get a little piece of sandpaper or something to clean that up. And then we'll move on to squirting some juice, see if it makes some noise. I like using carb cleaner. It flashes off pretty quick. So opening the points and really just spraying in there. This stuff dries pretty quick. And make sure you have your key off. Last thing you want is a spark while you're shooting it with super flammable stuff. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, taking a little piece of sandpaper. Just going back and forth. Yeah. Let's open it up now. Shoot it with a little bit more of. And then My old friend Yoda, Howard, said a dollar bill was good. Some people like to use business card. They said dollar bill was good because it gave you kind of the perfect texture to clean them off. So, especially after this. So let's see if this is enough. I mean, depends on you. I mean, I use a dollar. Some of you guys are ballers that'll use a $5, $10, $20. If you want your points really clean, you can use a $100 bill, but those are one-time use. You typically throw those away after you use them. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, you guys watch right here. See if we get any Katy Perry's. Oh yeah, you know what that means. Choker's off. Let's open this throttle up. Let's squirt some starting fluid in here. See what happens. We're just looking to see if it makes some noise. That's bound to be enough to start a fire. Let's get over here. See what's going to happen. What do you think? Okay, fingers crossed. Key on. Got my electric start here. Let's see if this works. Hey, hey, hey! Yes! From stuck to running. We're gonna ride this sucker tomorrow. So this sucker made some noise. Tomorrow, we're gonna go ahead and pull the carburetor off, clean that up. We'll check the timing, check all that. I'd like to heat cycle it first before we dump the oil, get some heat in it so we get all the junk out. We'll dump the oil, but we'll pull this guy off first thing in the morning, clean it up. Hopefully everything in there will still function. And yeah, that's the only thing we need. It's made noise from being stuck to being running. We're gonna do this sucker. And we'll probably clean this sucker up tomorrow too. Oh, if it runs and we can ride it around the neighborhood tomorrow, oh, that'll be awesome. I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay guys, it's the next morning and let's go ahead and clean up this CL100 before we do any more work on it, just because I'm tired of looking at it like this, and let's see how good it can actually be. I'm gonna hit it with some degreaser and let that soak really quick. I have the carburetor covered with a Ziploc bag and some and a zip tie, keep water out. We will spray all this stuff and I'll get back to you guys in just a little while. Okay, I've sprayed it down with a little of this Alumabrite. You can see it starting cleaning up the aluminum here, the cases. We'll let it sit for a few more moments and then we'll rinse it off. But it's starting to look better already. Starting to pull off that little light surface rust. So look at these wheels already. We're gonna hit it one more time after we rinse it all off. See if we can get it a little better. The engine looking better already. The head. So let's keep rinsing this off and I'll get back to you in a moment. Look at this. This is way better than what it was. Look at that back wheel, looks really good. Most of the chain guard came clean. We're gonna try another. We're gonna spray some on the shocks. See if we can get those to clean up a little bit more. Let's see if I can rotate that around, see if I can get those to clean up a little bit more. But the engine's looking better. This is, what do I have? Stuff draining out of the sucker's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and, I sprayed some into the neck of the gas tank, so I'm gonna just jam the pressure washer into it and see what we get. That petcock is probably bad, so based on the way it's leaking out. And there may be another leak somewhere else. It's probably going to need to be lined. But we'll just clean this thing out. Yeah, we're getting some chunks out. Let me try a smaller tip, see if I can get in there a little further. I'd say we probably need a new petcock. I'm going to put this hose in here and just let it rinse itself out. We'll let it go till it rinses clean. And then we'll end up, since it's leaking out down here, we're going to end up taking the tank off anyway, but I want to just rinse it clear so we know we got all the soap out of it. We'll take the petcock off, then hit it with the, I like to put the shop vac blowing into it and then just let that just blow. Leave the petcock off, let all the air come in from the filler and then out the other way so it blows all the stuff out. So all I used to clean this guy up was some of this some Royal Brightener 601 aluminum and polish cleaner. Dawn dishwashing liquid, this awesome pressure washer, and just a lot of just doing it over and over again. I probably did maybe 3 applications. I don't like to set it on, leave it on too long because it'll streak. You don't want to let it dry on it. So this guy is still draining out. Once this finishes, we'll take the tank off and dump it out. Stick the get the petcock off and stick the vacuum cleaner in it, the shop vac in it to start drying it out. But this is much better. Look how much cleaner it looks. Everywhere it just looks so much better. This is the only bad, there's 2 spots. This front wheel is pitted right in here, just in one spot. And then, well, actually probably 3. The shocks are just rough, and the chain guard on the back side. Chain guard's not as bad, but everything cleaned up. This, the moneymaker, is good, meaning that exhaust. This is in good shape. It's not perfect, keep in mind, but we haven't done anything to it. We can still get the little, I like to use the little brass brush on this to try to knock off the rest of that, but it's pretty good. Yeah, we'll let this sucker dry. We'll let that petcock keep draining out, or the tank keep draining. Yeah, it's almost down. Look, that inside of that tank cleaned up good. And sticking the pressure washer in there made a difference. So we'll have to replace the petcock. It's not a problem. That's the worst thing we have to do. That's not too bad. Considering this thing, the engine was seized not that long ago. Let's go ahead and pull this seat off so we can get to the tank. Oh, it's kind of crunchy under here, but still looks good. Yeah, it's missing some edges. Putting these nuts back in just so I don't have to look for them. Okay, let's go ahead and get this tank off. See if I can get this guy out. Oh, it's just gonna get destroyed, it looks like. There we go. That's what I needed out. And I need to get to this guy right there. Good thing it was already loosened. Looked like somebody had already been in here, so. Good. Yeah, we need a new one of these. Okay, let me show you my setup. I've got the hose that runs out. This is just the small one that I have. It's actually a Super Buster B by Oric XL. And I bought this thing at a tag sale or Goodwill. In the box, everything there. Thing works like a champ. You can still buy filters for it. And it works great for this when the hose for the shop vac doesn't fit. So, and the end of the shop vac was too big for this. So this will work perfect. We'll let this sucker cook for a little while. Okay, the inside of this tank is dry and clean. It's ready to go. We just don't have a petcock. We'll have to order one of those, and then we'll polish it up in just a little while. But let's turn our attention to getting this carburetor off so that we can make this sucker run a little bit better. Okay, let me unscrew this guy here. It's always nice when the slide comes right out. And then let's unscrew this. I already got this one. Let me go around and get the other one. And then we'll have this sucker off here. Yeah, we may end up touching up this frame with some paint while we have the tank and all that off. Maybe we could do that. A little foam brush. Clean it up a little bit. Oh, there we go. Come on, we're almost there. Whew. We made it. Okay, I'm going to touch up the frame with, this is the Eastwood chassis black. It's in this container, same one I used when I touched it up with the Vision, just with a foam brush. And this goes on really good. It lays down really nice. If I was doing a full-on restoration, nuts and bolts, I'd take this all down. We'd sandblast it, powder coat it, and all that. That's not what we're doing. We're making this sucker look better. Kind of rolling back the years, make it look a little bit better, or make it look like it used to. This stuff lays down really good. And I think that when the frame looks better, it just gives it everything else kind of looks a little bit better. Just gives it a good backdrop for it to kind of stand off on. Okay, we got the frame all touched up. Is it perfect? No, but is it light years better than what it was? Yes, that's what we're trying to get to. And so let's go clean up this carburetor. Okay, let's go ahead and start with this CL100 carb. Let's just pop this guy up. See what lies underneath here. Oh, there we go. Come on. Oh, it's not as bad as what I thought it would be. Okay, let me dump that stuff out. Looks like it got a little bit of water in it. Looks like it has a little bit of funk in the bottom, but it's not too bad. Doesn't look awful. I'm gonna go ahead and fill the bowl up with some carb cleaner. Just filling this guy up. And then I'll sit it over there in the tray. Let it cook. Let it just sit right there. There, that'll be good. I can drop jets in there. Speaking of, let's get these guys out. Looks pretty clear. That one should be. It's a big old jet. Nope. Yeah, this guy looks to be a little cloggy. We'll try to clear it out. Let me hose out this with some carb cleaner real quick. I just sprayed a little penetrating oil on this needle using a small little hammer to try to get this little pin out. Just gonna work it back and forth. Don't want to do too much. The one thing I don't want to do is break off the top of this pedestal. I've done it before, so that's why I'm being a little cautious. And just tapping it back and forth till it gets moving, and then I'll use a little pick to kind of drive it the rest of the way. Put this guy down here and see if I can just tap, tap, tap.
All you got to do is just tap it in. Just tap it in now.
This is not a big hammer, so. At least working it back and forth with a little bit of PB Blaster helps out a whole lot. And then I'll polish this up with the drill in just a minute. Come on. Oh, shoot. At least I got that off. See if I can get this out. That's where we definitely don't want to snap it off. See if I can tap it out right here. There we go. I've got the float pin in the drill, some sandpaper. I'm just going to polish it up. And then we'll flip it over. Do it the other side. There we go. Now that sucker should slide in and out a whole lot easier. Well, I say that, I may need to get some heavier sandpaper. That was only 400 grit sandpaper, so we'll polish it off. I may have galled it up on the end, but let me try a little bit more. Okay, I ran it through a little bit more, and now it'll slide right in. Don't have to worry about it. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted. We'll check to make sure that sucker's not flat. I mean, that it doesn't have a hole in it. And then let's go ahead and pull this needle out. Just pulling this guy out. Stuck in there. We'll clean that sucker out. We'll drop that in there. We'll probably polish it up a little bit too, but this has got some stuff in here. My gasket is failing. But let's blow this out. Okay, I have the floating over here. See if it ends up sinking. And then I've got an air compressor. I'm going to blow out all of the passages. Okay. Hey guys, so I have an old wire brush that I've had for years that I pull out. I just grab some pliers and I pull out a whole thing. You can see how many times I've done it. Because these are the perfect size to be able to get into these little pilot jets. And then I use those to clean them out. This one was clogged. And I jammed it. I got this thing to fit through, and then I soaked it back in the solution, and I'll do that again, and we'll keep doing this until we get it clear. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do before I put it back together is I like to polish up these corners of the needle, just to make sure it rides really good. And all I do is on some sandpaper, just give it a couple of. All I'm doing is trying to polish up those edges, you can see, just so that now they're shiny. So if they had any varnish or anything in there, although I've already cleaned these out, they'll slide out really good, and I don't have to worry about them getting stuck. So that's what I like to do. Oh, by the way, this is 400 grit sandpaper, so I'm not taking off any material. I'm really just trying to clean it. And then last thing I like to do is take a Q-tip, some carb cleaner, and then just right in here in this needle seat to try to clean it out best I can. See what it does. Yeah, just so that just works a little bit better. Okay, let's put this sucker back together. Okay, before I start, let's check this float. Doesn't sound like it's got any water in it. Doesn't feel like it has any water in it. It's been soaking. So we'll be able to put it back together. Okay, I put the carb on, but before I go back out there to try to start it, I want to clean up this tank. We're not going to be able to use this tank till I get a petcock. So let's go ahead and pull off these emblems. We're going to see if we can clean it up real good, polish it up, make it look a little bit better. Oh dang, I'll never find it. Oh, I found it. This one over here is pretty hard. This one may come out, not all of it. Sucker lived a hard life. Okay, got those off. Now I am not an expert, let's be very clear. I put a tape line right here just so we can see a little before and after. I'm just going to do this, just this side right there, just so that we can see. And I'm just using my drill and a little pad. And just going to go at it. Going to do a little spot right here just so we can see what it looks. let's test that out. So let me wipe this. Yeah. It never ceases to amaze me at how well these old tanks will polish up. And guys, that was just seconds. Let me just show you kind of the line here. It's kind of hard to see. Well, no, maybe not as hard to see. Right here, it's pretty distinct between here and here. And that was just seconds. So let's go ahead and do this whole tank. Like glass. That looks really good. Yeah, these stripes look so much better. We'll do some more. That's gonna look so much better on that bike. Look at this guy. This thing is light years better than what it was. Is it perfect? No way. But is it better than what it was? Yeah. Like I said, most of the stuff that we painted on the frame you can't see. A little bit, swing arm looks better. The down tube here and just around just looks better. We still need to get some side covers. We need to see if we can get the sucker running, which is next. See if it'll run. Heat gun to put this guy on there. But yeah, look how much better it looks. Geez, is it perfect? But no, it's respectable now. Looks really good. I love it. Okay, let's see if we can start this guy up. Key on. There we go. Oh, almost. Going to race. No, slide's not stuck. We probably just have an air leak somewhere. Let's start it again. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't sound like an engine that was seized. My carb leaks. We need a gasket. I'm leaking out fuel here. Oh, it runs. Let's rephrase that. Yeah, it runs. Sounds good. It was seized merely hours ago in the grand scheme of things. We freed it up. We spent the next day cleaning it, and then it's running. Well, we got it to run soon after we freed it up by shooting some starting fluid in it. It still needs some work. The carb needs to be rebuilt. I think we have an air leak issue, so we need to order just a carb rebuild kit so we can do it. That'll make life a lot easier. But let's see if I can get it to start back up. See if I can get it to kickstart. See if it'll kickstart. Stand up. Let's see down. No, not yet. Let's get the drill back out and let's try again. Okay, I put some cardboard down to try to limit my mess I make. Let's go ahead. Key on. Oh. Come on. Yeah, I have an air leak somewhere. I put it on choke, not full choke. See if I can get it to stay alive. I'd like to get it to run enough so that we could get some heat in it. smoky here. Oh, but that's to be expected because maybe I need a little bit of, maybe I have too much. Let me get out my handy dandy knife. Maybe my idle screw is in all the way. Oh, let's see if it'll start back up. Let's see if it'll kick. Come on. Oh, come on, you. 1, 2, not too much, just enough. There we go. There we go. Maybe we ran out of gas. I turned the idle. I got choke off. Maybe it wasn't. It was my my idle screw was screwed in all the way. Whoa, that sucker sounds good. That's awesome. Let's put this cover on since I'm making a mess. That sucker sounds pretty good. I'm gonna have to throttle this. Hoping I want to let it run a bit so I can see if I can get the smoke to clear up. It should be smoking because the cylinders are full of ATF. Just so I don't flood it. There, we'll let it go. Let it run, let it keep going. We can't run it. We still gotta put it back together. We can't ride it, I don't have a battery. But we can definitely let it run. That is awesome. This thing was stuck, guys. It's still smoking. Hopefully we'll get enough heat in it, we'll clear it out. Yeah, it sounds good. Let's kind of put the tank on. Let's dress it back out the way it's supposed to be and see what happens. I'm just gonna let it run. Guys, I am counting this W right here. From a stuck engine to it running. And it sounds good. Does it still need some work? Does it still need some work? Most definitely. But we're definitely on the road to recovery. We're a lot better today than we were the day before yesterday. Look at this thing. I am so excited about this guy. And we just need a few things. We need a couple of side covers, a carb kit, a headlight and trim ring, headlight bucket. Actually, I've got the trim ring here. All I need is a headlight bucket. We may try to do some PDR on the tank to get that out, but look, we polished that sucker up. Quick polish, but it looks so much better. Everything looks good. We need to do a little bit more cleaning up. Some shocks would make it look better, but the exhaust looks good. And this sucker runs. We're not far off from riding. We need a battery too. A battery, side covers, headlight, bucket, carb kit, and then just do a tune-up on this thing. And then we're good to run it around the neighborhood for sure. That's awesome. Guys, hold on. We've spent exactly $0 getting this stuck motorcycle to run again. I mean, we didn't spend any money. I mean, apart from if you count if you want to get nitpicky and count the engine degreaser and the Dawn, some of the Dawn dishwashing, what I spent 15 bucks to get it running. And a whole lot of elbow grease, which that stuff's free. You got as much of that as you want. And we were able to get it running and it sounds good. It sounds good. Is it finished? No way, no way. But remember, it was stuck not that long ago. It was stuck at the beginning of this episode. And it's freed up and now it runs. I can't wait to ride this thing. We're so close. We're so close. I don't want to ride it till it's all together. I don't want to ride it till it's got side covers and a headlight bucket so it looks its best. But this thing is awesome. Guys, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and you have a wonderful day.